Okay, so this time around, it is the blue card showcase for set 4, and I think this one, like I said in the previous video, if you haven't checked the previous video, please check it out. You know, subscribe if you haven't already to actually keep these things and these discussions going. But for this one, for the actual cards, I think this is really good as far as to keep the same set and theme. And this one is really revolving around Tapion, Hirudegan, you know, all of the Dragon Fist movie. I don't know I just completely forgot the name. And it's, you know, it's so funny because it's a memorable name. I think it's Wrath of the Dragon, as far as that go for the Hirudegan movie. But this is staying true to its form for the blue theme in bouncing cards, in energy, and as well as card manipulation. It's all good. These are the new leaders, looking pretty danky as far as the unawakened sort of Hirudegan and the roach form, flying roach form Hirudegan. We'll go over all of these. I do like these kind of showcases. This is sort of the Dokkan art. I don't think this is actually in Dokkan, but this one definitely is. So that's really legit. All of these look really good. I'm just kind of really, I'm not even want to talk about it. I just really love this art's kind of B class, and this one's a little B class too. The leader card's looking good. This is all right. I probably have to see it in person. Either way, this crown card is going to be pretty legit. This one is definitely a little bit broken, but we'll talk about that. And this Trunks is actually not that bad. Not that bad at all. So let's get through them real quick and talk about them. So this is the new leader card as far as the blue Trunks. So more blue Trunks. I think he's going to stay pretty tight and stay put into that that area, I guess, that theme being either future or kid Trunks, except for the black Xeno Trunks. That's fine and all. I mean, that's a whole Xenoverse thing. I think that we might get like a GT Trunks in the future, maybe set 5. That would be pretty cool as a leader. Anyway, so this is a vanilla draw 1, unawakened, and flip 2 for active. You can kind of see the theme. I think this one's flip 2 and active 2, but you can kind of see the theme of the uncommon and the rare leader. One being one cup of tea and the other one being another cup of tea. You know, one of them might seem a little bit, another one might seem a lot better on paper until you actually play with them. And I think this is exactly what's happening with these two cards. So when you flip it over, of course, it has the draw 1, has 15,000, nothing special there. Still has a Saiyan Earthling, still has a blue support and all that. At the end of the turn, when if all of your energy is blue, so they want you to be playing mono blue, which is okay, I guess. Choose one of your blue battle cards with energy 3, or yeah, energy cost 3 or more, and one of your energy, and switch into active mode. So getting a little bit more aggro, getting a little bit more I mean, I would say aggro, but like I'm trying to think which blue cards would really benefit from this. Maybe some from this set, but anything from 3 or more, that's a pretty good range, I think. I think anything that would restand or benefit to restand. So let me see. So if you look here, I mean, we do have a few choices. Obviously the Manaka, you want to do that one. This is pretty good as a choice, so you can bounce two different three or less cards. That would be pretty cool, and go for crit. Especially if they negate the first time. That would be pretty cool to do. Again, you got some critical sort of people here. Got the Focus Mind Piccolo, would be okay, but I don't really see the point of doing that if he doesn't really benefit from attacking. We got the new Saiyaman. I think that's going to be a target for that. We'll talk about that in a second. The Piccolo is probably going to be a target for that because he's crit blocker to restand for the blocking and crit for the first time. And then maybe the Trunks, and we'll talk about that too. That might be a good combo. This might be a pretty good target as well. So you can kind of see everything here, and especially since when you can get to play something for 4, and then swing with this guy at the end of the turn. I mean, not swing, but at the end of the turn you can restand them, and when you do swing with the other one, you can use Unyielding to untap and then, you know, be defensive on the other end. So I can see where this might be pretty good. Again, there's still other ones like the dual attackers, like these guys, or the crit guys, especially Majin Buu. That might be pretty legit to do, especially if he has the critical 3-drop, the God. I think that might be pretty cool, and it's especially Beerus. I mean, you can just restand him so that way he doesn't get killed the next time. Maybe the new Dragon Fist Goku, but since it's at the end of the turn, that might be a little restricting. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look or try it myself. This one is the Runagun. It's a blue 10,000, very normal. A new special trait, Phantom Demon, so that's interesting. When this attacks, you may choose 1 battle card from your hand and drop it in the area and draw 2. And it is also an active for flip. So this is basically the Universe 7 Frieza on the unawakened side, so that way you can get the draw. And then the flip side with 15,000 is normal, same trait, same everything, right? And when you draw 1, if you have 4 or less, the opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places on top of their deck. So this is very trolly because there's a lot of other cards like the Frieza, like the what's it called, Rebirth of Justice, a lot. And because it has choose, it doesn't really get around barrier, but we'll get into that for this card. But it doesn't have a limit on energy. It doesn't have a limit on what specified cards. It just says choose 1 from their hand. Like, hey, there you go. They have to place it right back on the top. So this is from their hand. You know, other stuff like the Frieza and the Rebirth of the Justice choose from the battlefield. So that's very, very interesting. And you get to do this every what's the word I'm looking for? Every turn. So that's interesting. I would probably keep this guy unawakened until later on, until you need to have them mill some stuff out their hand. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with this guy, but the draw power is good, and the ability to get some overwhelm, which is again this block. I talked about this in the last video, in which this block is still overwhelm. So you'll still see some stuff where it says choose 1 from your hand and do a drop area or whatever, and it's just that theme. You're gonna see it over and over with these cards. So this is a 6-drop barrier double striker, a rare, so not a super rare. But when it attacks, you choose 1 of your opponent's cards, ignoring barrier, return it to his hand, and then choose two of your energy and switch to active mode. Yes, this is a 6-drop. Yes, it is a pretty good target for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It will take some time to get to it unless you start ramping up, you know, like objection. You could play objection in this guy. I mean, there's so much in blue. There's so much in blue for energy and stuff like that. So not a bad target for this ability. But because this is ignoring barrier, this is the 2nd card ever to do that, other than the Frieza from Universe 7 Terminator Power. There you go. You know what I'm saying. This is pretty good as a double striker. And since it is the late game card, double striker is not that bad of a issue, right? Unless they have another Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because it has barrier and it's gonna restand under the Trunks leader. I think it's gonna be good. I'm trying to think of other leaders that might benefit other than Super Saiyan 3, because that is the main one that comes to mind. I mean, maybe the red Vegito might be pretty cool to use, but I mean, Vegito and usable aren't really in the same sentence sometimes, so I'm just saying. And no one really else. I mean, I don't know, maybe the Soul Striker Goku, maybe the Trunks. Trunks is a little too fast for playing it that way, so maybe Goku Black, who knows. Gonna have to play test. Sneak Attack Son Goku. When you play this card, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and return it to the hand. It's a 3-drop that does that. That is so annoying. That's all I can say about that. You can see the theme, like I said. City Patrol, green. Wow, Great Saiyaman. I am very glad that they have some Great Saiyaman cards. I hope they have a Super Saiyan Great Saiyaman in the World Tournament theme booster. That's going to be legit. I love that variation of Gohan. Anyway, so this is another Sun Gohan Adolescence, and it is an uncommon card, so you can get it in foil. A lot of these small details I gotta remind you guys. And this is a target for not only Buhan, but yeah, just Buhan. And it is another target for Videl and the Searcher cards from the other ones. And for Shigesh, I mean, if you want to do that, I guess. But this has barrier blocker, so just like the just like the Piccolo. I can't think today. I can't think. And if you have another Great Saiyaman 2, which is the Videl, you reduce it by 2. So you can play this for a 1-drop if you have those. And you can play 3 of them if you have 3 for the same amount of energy you play for 1. If she's on the field. Cool. Son Gohan, I hate this outfit, I hate this variation, but it's good for draft. Here, there you go. Quick dodge Son Goten. It's just a 1-drop blocker. I think now every color, except for black, correct me if I'm wrong, has a 1-drop blocker now. So, you know, there's, I mean, yeah, every color. Like yellow has Frieza's army, and as well as Fasha. Red has, okay, well, maybe, okay, well, someone's gonna say something. I'm just gonna check. Someone's gonna say something. Okay, it's the Badamo. There you go. All right, see, that's why I have it there. So this guy is the blocker, and there is the King Kai too, so there you go. Seeking Text of Vegeta, continuing the theme, 15,000 3-drop. So a lot of smaller 3-drops, or a lot of 3-drops in general, but anyway, this has barrier. When it attacks the leader card, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand and places it on top of their deck. I love how these are all splashable too. So these don't have any leader card restrictions. These don't have anything as far as those go. And it completely disrupts a lot of different things like Cell Chain, like the Universe 7 Green Goku. Anything that evolves, like the GT Gokus, anything like that. As soon as you do that, especially with this 3-drop Son Goku right here, there you go. That is it's just so funny. And because of these things are getting printed to annoy barrier, that's even more annoying. Now this is the Oath Power Trunks. This is if Tapion's in the drop area, this gains double strike and barrier. So drop area or warp. As a 4-drop, 5,000. I haven't seen the 10,000 just yet. I don't think so anyway. Oh yeah, we did. Well, yeah, we have for Goku. Yeah, that's really the only one. So double striker and barrier, pretty cool. So keeping Tapion in the drop or warp, which is pretty easy. If you can just either get him KO'd or just combo out, and boom, this guy has double striker and barrier, and he switches to active. So very cool. A lot of Super Saiyan 3 Goku leader support, I tell you. Like it's just in the back of my head. This is heroic encounter Trunks. When this card attacks, choose up to 1 Tapion from your deck and add it to your hand. Nice searcher. For 2, I don't know about that. This is a new Gotenks. This is the one that was in the movie trailer. I was supposed to do a breakdown on that, but I just didn't get around to it. But it does have critical. I think people are actually pretty right when they're guessing these, but you choose 1 Goten and youth Trunks from your deck, not the actual Trunks. And then choose up to 2 your energy and switch to active mode and shuffle. So sticking with the theme of the Gotenks, especially like the Money Mask and the other Gotenks where they defuse. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, you get to manipulate your energy after you play this guy, swinging for critical, and if you want to keep him on the board, you can. And this is active main, unless it gets KO'd. So always a thing to keep in mind. Look at this. A Great Saiyaman 2, Videl actually has her name in there. When you choose to play this, wow, when you play this card, you choose the Great Saiyaman, the other one that we were just saying. So as soon as you play him or play her, you get to have the other one for 1-drop. So pretty cool. I might just make a deck just for fun, just with all these cards. I think these are really just for fun and for disruption. But I think they will see some play when you do splash certain things. But these, like I said, for fun. Until they get more support. Impenetrable Defense, Hunragon. I believe this one was the one that they said the SR version was going to be a lot better and has synergy with this. So it might be an evolve card. We'll see. 20,000 power, 10,000 combo cost, and it has barrier. When an opponent attacks with one of the cards, if your leader card is a Phantom Demon, you may send this card and 1 card from your hand to the warp. If you do so, negate the attack. And it comes back to your next main phase, which they don't really say main phase. I mean, I guess it's like you draw 1 and then that's when your main phase starts, but yeah, I guess that's like one of the first times that I've seen that actually. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. I don't like the 1 card thing to the warp. I wish it was drop area. If it was drop area, it would be a lot better, because I mean, all things considered, this is a 7 drop, and I think the SR is the one that calls it, because I don't think they actually have anything else that would be able to play that. And just for negate, I don't know if I would hard cast a 7 drop. We'll see. I think this is the one. Yep, there it is. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, this is not the I was like, I could have sworn. I was like, I just saw the preview. I was like, isn't there another card that calls it? So this is the one. Here we go on the Wanderer. It's a 2 drop in which, when this card attacks, place up to 3 cards. Again, more of the overrealm stuff. I think probably the Xeno Trunks would probably be a pretty good leader as far as some of these cards go. Just a thought. And then activate main. You pay 3. Choose this card. Choose and send both this card from your battle area and a Tapion in your drop area to the warp, and then choose one Hooligan from your drop area and warp to play it. There you go. Okay, so basically you swing, you place up to 3 if you want, and then if there is a Tapion after you swing, you can send it to warp. Yeah, you can send it to warp, and this card to warp, and then play it from your drop area warp. Okay, all right. That's like taking me a second. So I guess if you play 4 of these, you'll have a pretty good chance of doing it. And this is Hooligan itself, not Tapion. I think all these other ones. Okay, maybe not. Okay, the Tapions are down here. Okay, down here. This is Tapion down here. So as a 3 drop, 15,000. When you play this card, Oats Power Tapion. I always skip it. When you play this card, you may choose up to 2 cards from your life and add it to your hand. And if you choose to add 1 or more, choose up to 1 of your battle card or your opponent's battle cards with 5 or less and place it on top of the owner's deck. So this is pretty good, not only because blue now has a reliable self-awakening, which was a huge opportunity. I'm glad they made it 3, not 2. I'm glad they made it 3, not 4, because it'd be too much as a 4 and it'd be too broken as a 2, because, you know, self-awakening turn 1 Super Saiyan 3 is always an annoying thing. So I'm just saying, but still pretty good. And then you get to place it on top of their owner's deck and force them to draw into it, unless they play something, which they won't, because you'll be playing this on your turn. You'll know exactly what they'll be drawing, and that'll help you in your strategy. So that's pretty good. It is pretty good. Hidden Darkness Tapion. When you attack this card or combo with it, if your leader card is blue, place the top 3, or place up to 3 from the top of your deck in your drop area. So yeah, this isn't just like the green cards, just like the red cards. They're all getting one. When this card, Hidden Darkness, Minotia, I'm glad that he is in here. That's a he, right? Whatever, it's 2018. When this card is placed in the drop area from your hand, if your leader card is a Phantom Demon, which there is one up there, you may choose up to 1 of the Wanderer from your deck and add it to your hand. So that would be that guy, and then you start the chain. So pretty cool. Just like Determinate Power, they're in of itself. So this is 4 or less, not 5 or less. The Hoi, Embassy of Flame. If you haven't checked out the movie in a while, the Wrath of Dragon, or the one that hopefully he's the Wrath of the Dragon. This is one of the main characters, so one of the main guys, so there you go. Like, who's Hoi? If your leader card is Rudigan, gains 10,000 attack power, and then choose 1 of your cards in your opponent's hand and place on top of the deck. So pretty cool. This is a 1 drop. This is the 0 drop. So cool that they're getting that support. Gives more incentive to play Rudigan as a leader. And it's just like the Piccolo leader. So like I said, on paper, right, this one might be good and this one is okay or better. I don't know. It's I don't know. I think because of this support, I think Rudigan is a better leader, because you can draw on one side and the other side you force them to mill and get cards, you know, on top of their deck and disrupt. So I don't know. I'm in between. I'm gonna have to play both. That one's called Phantom Flame Cannon. This one's Ectoplasm. Choose up to 1 Hooligan in your battle area and send it to warp. At the end of the next main phase, you play that card from warp. So 0 cost is a counter play. So if they had a Beerus, Kale, well, Kale wouldn't target a Hurting Gun, but still. Anything that KOs as soon as they play, you can counterplay as soon as they play it, and then have that window open to send it to warp. And there's no cost to you. So that way you can protect it and keep it going. Now this is the card in which I might have a problem with, but this is the Legendary Flute. This is a 0 cost extra card, activate main. If your looted card is blue, which does not, again, avoids the restriction. Choose up to one of your or opponent's card with 3 or less and return it to the owner's hand. If that card was your own, draw 1. So, the thing about this is that if you're playing mono blue, or really anything, there's a lot of options for this. One that comes to mind is... where is it? So Kibito Kai. So people sleep on the combos in which would help you ramp up and as well as search. So let's say if you wanted to search for a Goku, so this guy right here, and you had this guy, every time that you play the 0 cost and return it to your hand, you get to draw 1. And then before then, you put this guy to rest mode, you return this guy or whatever searcher that you have, and then search again to get whatever you want. So if you put that in practice for like Universe 7 to search a secret, or GT Goku for the secret for that one, it might be pretty powerful in order to do that, especially since, and this is why they put the battle cards itself for Universe 7 and as well as other archetypes for top 3 and not top 7, because they know like in the future they're going to be putting these kind of cards and those kind of combos available to you. Would you do that? Would it be practical for you? Maybe, because this is a 0 cost and it doesn't cost anything to you. It's just, you know, you can just keep playing it over and over, and it protects that card from being KO'd. Plus, if you have any issues in the future, you can just pop one to their hand that is 3 or less. So there you go. That is it. Those are my thoughts. I'm sure there's a lot of strategy to it, and let me know what you think. If you aren't already, subscribe. And if you are already, thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.